I think companies are more than happy to increase manufacturing in America. It's just that you can't do it instantly. You can just, in some cases, collectively, millions of tons of equipment. You just can't do that overnight. It's literally impossible. And build the factories and train the people and get the equipment in place. Otherwise, you basically just shock the system and it breaks.
Elon Musk said Tesla couldn't be stopped. Mexico just proved him wrong. In a stunning move, the Mexican government pulled the plug on Musk's mega factory, gutting a plan worth $800 billion. The fallout? Job losses, market panic, and rising fears that China will seize the vacuum. Elon Musk called Tesla's Nuevo Leon Gigafactory a historical collaboration when talking about the future of industry in North America. Tesla is the leader in the EV business in the Western Hemisphere. Each year, the plant is expected to make millions of next-generation EVs and battery cells. About $20 billion was put into the project at the start.
So when there are sudden changes in tariffs, then you're like, well, we've got a factory like somewhere else that's making a part that goes into the car. So you just got you want to have for tariffs, you want to have a ramp so that companies can adjust.
And it was expected to bring in over $800 billion in long-term economic value through partnerships, supply chains, and job growth in the area. It's all up in the air if it's not already ash. On a personal level, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, AMLO, accused Tesla of abusing Mexican land, water, and labor without taking responsibility for sustainability or fair employment.
Like the global automotive supply chain for Tesla, for example, is incredibly complex. And build the factories and train the people and get the equipment in place. Otherwise, you basically just shock the system and it breaks.
He said that Mexico would not become a place where foreigners' greed could be dumped. We encourage not exploitation, but rather innovation. The explosive news conference by AMLO shocked investors in the United States and caused Tesla stock to lose 11% of its value before the market opened. It looks like diplomatic ties between Washington and Mexico City are in a mess. Leaked State Department papers say that the news shocked officials.
And for affected U.S. businesses, the back and forth is part of the pain.
Also, we're seeing other members of the Trump cabinet seem to turn against Elon Musk. At this point, it is a sign of shame based on what Elon Musk has done to the brand.
So Musk should engage directly with Mexican leadership to save what's left. Musk said that X, formerly Twitter, was trying to get involved in politics, and that Tesla will not be held hostage by corrupt bureaucrats and climate extremists.
Now that suddenly, if that part's suddenly twice as expensive, it messes everything up, because you got to move atoms. Like you've got to build a building, you've got to install equipment, you've got to train people.
But what they said made things worse. Some experts say that the loss of money goes beyond Tesla. American suppliers, energy contractors, transportation companies, and IT startups in the area were all in favor of the Gigafactory. Mexican economies are falling apart overnight because of Tesla's supply line.
President Trump tonight with another new stance on his own trade war.
Tesla has stopped taking orders for the Model S and Model X in China, which now face retaliatory tariffs. Elon Musk, meet karma. Karma, meet Elon Musk regime, and now Elon Musk finds himself unable to sell Teslas to essentially his biggest market outside of the US.
Tesla's regional investment plan was changed by Moody's to high risk, and Goldman Sachs lowered it. Due to severe instability in Mexican-American industrial relations, it is not expected that EVs will dominate the North American market.
Then the border taxes could come back and be passed right along to consumers again.
Similarly, here in the United States, we're seeing a massive drop in Tesla sales. And of course, you all know Europe boycotting Teslas, the amount of Teslas being sold in Europe, fractions of what it once was, about the Tesla protests, which seem to get bigger every single weekend.
Environmental worries raised by Mexican officials are mostly about how much water is used. Tesla's rules on large amounts of water use have led to months of protests in Nuevo Leon, a region that is currently suffering severe drought.
The attacks, the terrorism, the killing of innocent people is rising, but nonetheless, we get accused of all sorts of things, but we are extremely transparent. Every week there's more, and it's more and more, and eventually I think we're going to see widespread slaughter.
Tesla said it would invest in the area and come up with solutions that would save water, but internal studies showed that these were either behind schedule or not there at all.
I think you need to be careful with tariffs. I deal a lot with like supply chain issues. Bad things happen. So I'm against like sudden giant tariffs because it's an impossible response. Now that suddenly, if that part's suddenly twice as expensive, it like messes everything up, you know.
Labor groups said that supplier plants were unsafe and that unions weren't recognized. This is the worst time for politics. President Biden thought that the United States and Mexico could work together to make green energy more independent. Under the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act, tax breaks would be given to companies in North America that make electric vehicles. Republicans in Congress are upset that the White House didn't do something sooner. Senator Josh Hawley yelled on the Senate floor, "We gave Elon Musk the future of American invention, and Biden let Mexico destroy it." Musk thinks this is bad for both his business and his image, already being looked at closely because of his controversial political views.
Because you got to move atoms. Like you've got to build a building, you've got to install equipment, you've got to train people. So you want to be have tariffs be predictable. Put up giant tariffs immediately, and don't give companies a chance to build factories in America.
The instability of Twitter EX and the safety investigations into SpaceX and Tesla, the fallout from the Mexico deal backs up claims that Musk's business is more show than substance. Musk's once unshakable image is getting worse as investors lose faith in him and important projects get pushed back in many countries.
I think companies are more than happy to increase manufacturing in America. It's just that you can't do it instantly. You know, you can just, in some cases, collectively millions of tons of equipment. You just can't do that overnight. It's literally impossible.
Even though there is chaos, Mexican officials are still working. In its place, they are ready to help Chinese and European companies fill Tesla's shoes. That could mean that the U.S. loses its position as the leader in the EV supply chain, which is something it wanted to do. If the rift isn't fixed quickly, China could take back the land that the U.S. lost.
Partial reprieve on his 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada.
We helped them out with the problem they were having.
Elon Musk apparently was begging the Trump regime not to do these tariffs on China and elsewhere. Now the chickens have come home to roost, Donald and Elon Musk, with what's going on here. Now, they're also leaking out how annoying they think Elon is, how they despise him, and how they just want him out. And
turning this business conflict into a disaster for the economy. Musk is determined. When he tweeted last, he said, "They can't stop it, but they can slow down progress." Tesla is always changing, but workers, lawmakers, and capitalists in North America don't agree because Elon thought this storm was too big.